Hey gang, how's everybody doing?
All right, so first I have a little sign-in sheet. If you guys don't mind, just pass it around and I'll collect it at the end and we'll start.
I just need to make sure that you all can hear me. If you wouldn't mind, let's turn our cameras on if we can. By and large, we like you to have those cameras on.
Mental health first aid is, in my opinion, one of the most valuable pieces of training that any person can get.
Mental health first aid is really accessible to most people.
It is just that, it's first aid training.
How can we help those people when we think they're struggling, and how do you even have that conversation, right? Because that's
similar to the way that you get physical first aid training, right? You're not learning how to cure diseases, you're not learning how to set bones. We have a saying in the military, you want to stop the bleeding and start the breathing, right?
We would like to make this as common as CPR because we know by having just very basic skills, we don't have to be nurses or doctors to help somebody while we wait for the professionals to come, right? And so we know that that should, in theory, work in the mental health space as well. That if we all just
The idea is to give folks who don't have a clinical background in mental health care, who don't have education regarding what to do in a mental health crisis or even not in a crisis with somebody who's just dealing with a mental health challenge, to give them those tools that they need to make sure that that person that they're working with is in a safe and secure place until some experts can get there.
Mental health first aiders, we do not diagnose ourselves or other people, right? But we notice signs and symptoms and we can help connect that person to services. Do we think that's true or false?
That is true.
Folks in the military, a lot of them at least, are just coming back from this collective traumatic event, and so mental health is a big issue for that community.
The organization we're working with today actually does serve specifically female veterans. And
their risk factors are astronomically high. And so being able to understand what those risk factors are more than just the kinds of things that we know about, personally or through interactions is a big help.
Ultimately, the goal is to get the person connected to help, right? And so if it's not me, that's okay. It's just want to get you connected to someone who could be that person, right? And we'll talk about what those people might look like too, because for each individual, that could look very different.
I can guarantee you that somebody in your community, whatever that community is facing a mental health challenge right now. And so if you can catch that and you can address that and you can help that person walk through to a place where they're safe and secure before that mental health challenge reaches a crisis point, you'll know very well why that training is important and why it would be for anybody and everybody.